Nowadays, you're not going to the movies, you're not really going out at all, so you're staying home watching Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime Video, and today, a new release date has been announced for HBO Max, something else you'll probably have to spend money on. Let's talk about it. What's going on, you guys? James here with some real news, and today we're talking all about the recently announced release date. Recently released. It's kind of like alliteration for HBO Max. Now, before we talk about when it's dropping and all of the day one content, if this is your first time here at the channel, welcome to Real James. Now, if you're wondering who that is, that's me. And I love talking all about movies. So if you do too, and you love what you hear and what you see, go ahead and hit the big red button below and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to tap on the notification bell right next to it just to stay up to date with anything new. And trust me, you're going to want to hit that bell because, guys, we have passed 1,000 subscribers here at the channel, and we're celebrating. This Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to do our first ever live stream. It's going to be so fun. All you got to do is just hit the bell so you don't miss it, or just tune in. I'm really excited. Come through, let me show you love, and we're going to talk about some new stuff here at the channel. I'm really just excited to get into everything new. Now, if you missed it, I did drop my review for episodes 1 and 2 of The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary that airs on ESPN. It's a 10-part series, so I'm sure we'll have more and more content to talk about, but yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get right into the news, and that's HBO Max getting a release date. So if you're like me, you're probably a little confused. I mean, there's HBO Go, there's like the HBO app, and then there's like a ton of different things for HBO. It's not just one Netflix or one Hulu, it's a couple of different apps that they have out there. HBO Go, I think, is another one, but I think what HBO is going to try to do with this is just take everything and umbrella it. So HBO Max is going to be their main streaming platform that will compete directly with Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, and Amazon Prime Video, and the release date is May 27th, so we're getting that next month. Now, the press release that I read didn't have a dollar cost, so I'm guessing it's between $10 to $20, but if I'm mistaken, let me know in the comments below and we'll get that squared away. Now, the press release did have some day one content news as well, and of all the shows and movies or documentaries that are listed, I don't necessarily feel really motivated to go and get this. Not even the Friends reunion is enough for me, because I think I'm feeling a little burned by I'm not gonna say Disney Plus, because I still enjoy watching some of those classics, but there's not a lot of original content there. So I don't know, these streaming platforms, I get it, they want to hit the ground running with some, I guess, lesser known titles, things that aren't really hype, if that makes sense, and that's what I'm finding here. So let's go through some of the notables in the press release. And on day one, you can expect Crafttopia, hosted by YouTuber Laura DIY, and admittedly, I've never dove into that channel, but it sounds pretty cool because it's a lot of 9 to 15 year olds just coming together and making the crafts of their dreams. I grew up doing some arts and crafts, but not a lot. I mean, I've been around that pretty much my whole childhood growing up, so it's very interesting. But yeah, I can imagine that'd be good for the family, and there's a lot of family friendly content here as we go down the list. You'll see Legendary. It's a game show where teams, and I quote because this was such a weird read for the press release, must compete in unbelievable balls and showcase sickening fashion. So like, I guess galas and stuff like that, in order to achieve legendary status. It sounds a little weird. Some of the producers there, if I remember correctly, are from Queer Eye, so there's talent in the room, I'd imagine, but it just sounds kind of odd. I don't know. Whatever, let's move on. Love Life, the first full-length scripted series starring Anna Kendrick about their journey from first love to last love. It's a romantic comedy, and I do like Anna Kendrick. Pretty much everything she's been in, except for the Pitch Perfects after one, have been pretty good. I mean, I really do enjoy her comedy. I think she's got good comedic timing, so I think that Anna Kendrick really is going to bring it with this show. And, I mean, listen, she's got the talent and the star power, so I'm curious to see who might be supporting her in this, who might be, I guess, directing some episodes, writing some episodes. It has promise. And the next one is, again, for the kids, Looney Tunes cartoons. It really is just Warner Brothers Animation bringing you an all-new series featuring the same characters that I and so many other people grew up with. Then you have the Not Too Late Show with Elmo. This is very interesting because all of these like cool late night shows like John Oliver's, and you have Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, like they're all very successful, right? And Jimmy Kimmel. I can't forget, Jimmy, come on. This is gonna be funny because I think Elmo in Sesame Street, there's stuff in there for adults to also enjoy. This is why, you know, it's been doing so well for so many years, because parents can go and sit with their kids and their little ones and they can just have a good time. And they're gonna invite, I read John Oliver, Jimmy Fallon, so they're gonna have some really cool guests on there, and I'd imagine it'd be fun for the family. And then you have On the Record. Now this is a very serious documentary. It premiered at the 2020 Sundance. What it does is it tells the story of music executive Drew Dixon, who came forward and was one of the first to publicly accuse hip-hop mogul Russell Simmons of sexual assault. So this is going to be very, I guess, touchy for some people, and I really do think that this is going to be interesting for me. On the Record and Love Life are the two that stick out the most. Everything else, of course, is not targeted towards me or just not very interesting. Of course, we're looking forward to the Friends reunion. At least that's what I am, because I love that show. I've seen almost every single episode. Some fell through the cracks, but trust me, man, this is going to be great. I really think there's no way they can steer this wrong unless it is absolutely boring. But knowing these guys, they're going to come together and have such a great time. I mean, Jennifer Aniston is just so great in that show. I love everybody. Matthew Perry, come on, man. It's just, I cannot wait. But it's delayed. And of course, what hasn't been delayed? And then there's another topic of discussion that I think we're going to start to hear a lot about, especially with HBO Max getting closer to that release date. And that's the Snyder Cut, the Zack Snyder Cut of Justice League. Yes, I know. We've had the discussion on the channel before. If you haven't seen that, you should go and find it. It's a great discussion with one of my good buds. But the thing is, some people believe it exists and some people don't. I don't think it doesn't exist, but I don't think it exists in its completed form. I think that it needs some work in post-production. Of course, the film I think is there, but there's going to be some reshoots that need to happen, and there's a lot of work that needs to go into it. However, if there was ever a, I guess, movie or TV show to release, it's going to be the Snyder Cut of Justice League. You will get so many people to sign up, it's not even funny. I really do believe that people will come in troves and just drop dollar bills on HBO Max. So this could provide the playing field for the Snyder Cut. I want to know what you guys think, though. Is the Snyder Cut even a thing? And if it is, will it come to HBO Max? And what do you think of this lineup, the day one content? I'm not necessarily impressed, but I think that HBO Max could offer some cool programming, because you still have Westworld, Game of Thrones, I don't know, so many different shows. I mean, I can't think off the top of my head. Curb Your Enthusiasm even. There's a ton of content there for people to love alike. The original content isn't the only thing that's on HBO Max. You're getting all of its programming. I think it was over 10,000 or something hours of programming on there. It's going to be fun, and I think it's going to be worth it for people who don't want to pay for separate HBO streaming platforms. This is going to be the central platform for HBO. Alrighty guys, so that's the news of the day. If you enjoyed everything you heard and saw, again, go ahead and hit the big red button below and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the notifications, like this video, and share with all of your friends. And in the comments, again, let me know what you think of the news. Also, another reminder, we're doing our 1,000 subscriber live stream on Friday. I'm so excited to celebrate with you guys. I'm getting chills. It's going to be so much fun. And again, check out Real James on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It's a lot of fun over there too, because, you know, I just can sound off about different headlines like Georgia opening up their movie theaters. We're gonna not get into that today. Alrighty, you guys. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening.